Welcome to another episode of Beyond Cheers with Detective Gomez. Finally, I'm your host, Detective Gomez. And how is everyone doing this evening? Well, ladies and gentlemen, when people cheat, as a private investigator, I constantly catch people cheating all the time.
It's cheating.
How is that cheating?
And there's always some kind of consequence. What happens after you get done cheating? Now, if you don't know what that word means, that word means a result or a conclusion after you've done something. So when people cheat, there's consequences. And I'm going to give you 7 consequences that happen after when people cheat in a marriage. And it's something I think that's important to think about, because before you cheat, you probably need to think about these things and what's going to happen once you cheat. Because once you cheat, there's no going back. There's no going back. It's happened. Then there's people involved. There might be feelings involved with somebody else. Might be somebody doesn't know and they get hurt. All kinds of things can happen when you decide to cheat. So I want you to think about these 7 consequences I'm going to give you today.
Rayas. This is Detective Gomez, everybody. He'll uncover everything that you're hiding. This is Detective Gomez, everybody.
All right, let's get into the first one here. It's a little article brought up that talks about this. It says cheating in a marriage can have numerous severe consequences affecting not only individuals directly involved, but also their families and broader social circles. I'm going to give you a few of them. The first one is loss of trust. Trust is a fundamental is needed in marriage. Cheating often leads to a profound and sometimes a loss of trust between partners, making it difficult to rebuild the relationship. The trust is such a small word, but it means so much.
I can't trust you, V.
And if you can't trust somebody, just to go to the store and buy a loaf of bread, you're done. And if you cheat on somebody, they're always going to remember how you cheated on them. Well, he cheated on me, because I hear this all the time. He cheated on me. He said he was going to go to the store. It took him 3 hours to come back, and I know he didn't. And he came home with nothing. So remember that. Think about that before you do it. Number 2, emotional distress. It says here that both partners typically experience intense emotional distress. The betrayed spouse may feel a range of emotions, including anger, sadness, betrayal, while the cheating partner may experience guilt, shame, and anxiety. If you've cheated, you're going to feel guilty. There's no doubt, because you've been with one person, we'll just say part of your life. And for you to be with somebody else, touch somebody else, hold somebody else, kiss somebody else, you're going to feel real weird coming back home. And the person that got cheated on is going to feel betrayed. They're going to feel sad. They're going to be upset. They go, why would you do so? Why would you do this? Why would you do this to our marriage?
Why do you do this to me?
Why? I hear this question all the time. Why would they do this to our marriage? Why? And so it's tough. You're going to feel guilty for doing it. And then they're going to hope you don't do it again, but then they can't trust you. They won't talk to you for 3 or 4 days because you went out and had sex with another woman or man, whichever it may be. Number 3, impact on children. If there are children involved, it says here they can suffer emotionally and emotionally. It says they can suffer emotionally. They may experience confusion, stress, and insecurity, and the relationship with both parents can be affected. Okay, so let's just say you have a boy and a girl, for example, in your marriage. The boy's most likely going to part with dad, and the girl's going to part with the mom. And then the family split. Go through a divorce, you get the son, he gets she gets the girl. Or I've seen cases in the past where the sons get upset with the dad for cheating. And they don't want to talk to him anymore, ever again. So when you decide to cheat, think about how it's going to affect the kids. Because if the kids see it, or I've even had some people that cheat take their kids around the other person they're cheating with. So if you decide to cheat, remember, you're going to affect the kids in so many ways. They could be. I've had some kids tell their parents, "You're crazy. My dad would never cheat on me." Then I catch him cheating. Then they hate their dad. So you don't ever know how it's going to affect the kids. So if you're going to cheat, think about these things before you do it. Because if you get caught, it's just not good for the whole family and the kids also. All right. Number 4, social consequences. Cheating can lead to social stigma and isolation. Friends and family might take sides and distance themselves from the couple, which can further compound the emotional strain. Okay, so someone's cheated, their friends find out, their friends quit talking to you, maybe some family members quit talking to you. All this you have to think about when you cheat. And some families might introduce you to this person, and you cheated on them. They're not talking to you because you betrayed their friendship now, and you cheated on their friend. So all these things can happen. And is it worth it? Or you may say, for example, your husband cheated on you, you take him back, and your friends keep going, okay, why'd you take him back? I'm going to give him another chance. So they may not want to talk to you anymore. Things will completely change in a day. Life as you know it won't be the same. Remember that. Number 5 is financial repercussions. Divorce or separation resulting in infidelity can lead to significant financial consequences. Legal fees, division of assets, and potential alimony or child support payments can be financially draining. Okay, let's talk about that. I pay a little child support myself, and I went through a divorce. Hey, I did my part. Alimony. Say you cheat on your wife, she doesn't have a job, you're going to be paying it. Spousal support, kids. You have 3 kids. I know in Texas, every child's worth about $800 or $900. If you got that kind of money, then cheat all you want. If you can't afford it, don't cheat, because you're going to be paying for it out of your pocket. And I know in the state of Texas, if you have a job, they take the money out of your check. You don't even see your check. So if you got a real job, if you're not working for yourself, they're going to take the money straight from you. You'll never even see it. Think about that. There's no saying it's cheaper to keep her if you can. So if you can, work it out. Number 6, health risk. Cheating can pose a health risk, including exposure to sexually transmitted infections. This can have serious implications for both partners' physical health. I do have some female clients that have come to me in the past, and they said, I know I haven't been with anybody, and I caught this particular STD. And the husband, I think he said he caught it by urinating on a tree. Come on now. That didn't happen. Didn't happen. And her husband knows it didn't happen that way. She knows she hadn't slept with anybody. So she was at a point like, I know he's lying to me. I know he was with somebody else that was dirty. So, back, when COVID was here, a lot of people were afraid to go out and cheat. That was probably the slowest time ever for me, but people weren't cheating as much because they're afraid to catch COVID and bring it back to the home. So think about those things. Think about the health risks that come along with cheating, because it's just you can get the whole family sick, or your wife or husband sick. Number 7, loss of self-esteem. The betrayed spouse often suffers from loss of self-esteem and self-worth, feeling or blaming themselves for their partner's infidelity. The cheating partner may experience a diminished sense of self-respect. Okay, so they don't think they're being respected because you went out and cheated with somebody. I'm going to just give an example here. Like, you went out and cheated with somebody that was completely opposite than your wife. They're going, what the hell is she doing with that? Look at her. Why would she cheat with that? And then they get depressed. And they start blaming themselves. Well, I guess I'm not good enough for him. I guess I'm not pretty enough for him. He had to go cheat with something that looks like that. It's just sad because this person's willing to go out and cheat with this, or it could be a girl that cheat with some young guy. It's not with somebody her own age, but she still cheated. So you don't ever want to put yourself in that situation where they feel betrayed, and because the people get really, really depressed. They get real depressed over that, and they're hurt, and they're saddened. So these are 7 consequences that highlight the profound and far-reaching impacts of infidelity on a marriage and the individuals involved. You have to think about these things, because if you decide to cheat, Like I said, number 1 is loss of trust. Number 2 is emotional distress. Number 3 is impact on children. Number 4 is social consequences. Number 5 is financial repercussions. It's a big one. And 6 is health risk. Number 7 is loss of self-esteem. So think about these things. When you decide to cheat on somebody, you can't go back. It's been done. It can't go back. You can't change things. It's done. It's finished. And a lot of people, it's going to affect a lot of things: pocketbook, money, children, family, friends, yourself, your self-esteem. All these things start coming together. It's going to affect. And you got to ask you, I think the biggest question at the end, you got to ask yourself, was it worth it? Was it worth it in the end to cheat on your spouse? It's the only question you have to answer. If you think it was, go do it. If you don't think it is, don't do it. Because you're going to be hurting a lot of people. A lot of people. So think about those things. You decide to go cheat. I'm a private investigator. I catch people cheating all the time. I hear all kinds of excuses why people did it. And once they do it, they try to save their marriage. And sometimes they can't save. Some spouses put up with it, and some of them just don't. They get divorced, and that's it. They're done. First time, one and done. That's it. Some spouses give second chances. Some don't. Who knows what kind of spouse you're married to? So if you decide to do it, just know it could cost you money in the end. Legal fees, attorney's fees, all kinds of child support, all kinds of things. Just think about those things and ask yourself, was it worth it in the end? All right. So, and that being said, we want to thank our attorney, Mr. Juan Hernandez with Juan Hernandez Law. He's our sponsor. He's done a great job sponsoring us this year, and we really appreciate that. You can contact him at 214-900-0000 or visit him at juanlaw.com. He's a personal injury attorney here in Dallas, Texas, and been involved in a car accident, 18-wheeler accident, slip and fall, motorcycle accident, dog bite. Contact him. He will help you out. He's helped me, and I know he can help you. Of course, visit me at detectivegomez.com. I can help you with all your investigation needs, get your GPS, track down that cheater, and of course, surveillance services, one-on-one coaching. I even have a master class on infidelity to take, so check that out also. All right, visit me at detectivegomez.com. I'd be more than glad to help you. Like I said, infidelity or cheating, it's a choice. If you make that choice, just remember, ask your question. Ask yourself this question: is it worth it? If it's not worth it, don't do it. Don't take the chance. All right, and just like I like to tell people, just don't cheat. Don't do it. All right. Okay. Have some willpower. All right. I'm Detective Gomez. I'll see you next time on Beyond Choose the Detective Gomez Files. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. I really appreciate that. Take care, and I'll see you next time.
This is Detective Gomez, everybody. He'll uncover everything that you're hiding. This is Detective Gomez, everybody. Watch out, he'll know if you're lying. This is Detective